Welcome back to another segment, SprintCarLimited.com podcast presented by Wicked Brands. Issue came up over last weekend, and I thought it was good to talk about because I think some people think it's easier than what it really is. Lincoln Speedway last Saturday night was supposed to host the Weldon Sterner Memorial. 20,000 to win, a lot of sponsorship, a lot of stuff going on. Ashley Capetta did a lot of work with the Sterner family trying to get this event together. And needless to say, the weather didn't cooperate. It led to some people saying, why didn't you run it Friday? Or why didn't you run it later Sunday? Or all that stuff. And I thought it would be good. I went on social media and said one or two things about it, but I thought it was a good topic for our issue segment on the show. Ryan, I think people don't understand how difficult it is to move a show, especially if you're moving it up onto a work night.
You just put it on social media and it happens. I mean, what's so hard about it? Come on. Just do it. Look, I mean, everybody knows you. Just do it. You just get on social media, do it, and it's done. Everybody will show up. The promoter will be happy. I mean, come on. How hard is it? There should never be a rain date.
I love your sarcasm.
And as far as moving it up, that's even harder, especially right now. Like, you got, I mean, in the middle of summer, there's no school. There's people are on vacations, whatever. It's you're more than likely easier to take days off of work, whatever. But right now, especially moving it to a Friday right now is ludicrous with football. High school football just blows Fridays right up as far as I'm concerned. You'd be stupid to try to race on a Friday.
Well, and you went right where I was going. Let's look at the first off your gate. When you have a big purse like that, you want to have a good gate and pit area for that matter. And you have high school football in Pennsylvania. Now, it's funny. Dave Blyer said to me, oh, it's not that big in Pennsylvania. It's not Texas, mind you, and it may not be California, but it's as big as New Jersey. Not as big as Florida or Texas or, like I said, California, but it's big. They're within, let's say, Williams Grove, for instance, which is near Dillsburg, and Lincoln Speedway is only about half an hour south.
Yeah,
there are 67 schools with probably more within an hour to an hour and a half of Lincoln Speedway.
Yeah,
it's all of District 3. I've covered
and District 11 goes up there. I mean, it's crazy that to think that it's just snap your fingers and it can happen just because the weather's good. That doesn't work. Look, we've had racing all season. Okay. I think people get naive that they change the icebreaker to a Thursday or something there early in the year at Lincoln. They move. Look, there was no racing. There was no racing. People would have come out if it was on a Tuesday at midnight. Okay. They're dying for a race right now. There's a handful of people dying for a race.
Small handful.
This is the way it is. Well, you better just hope that the right people show up on Saturday night, let alone on moving it to Friday.
Well, the other thing is, look, personnel. You're going to have to open the gates at 4. They had a fan zone. You're going to have to open up the gates at 4 at the latest. People work. Those employees aren't full-time at Lincoln. The people serving the ticket takers, the security, they work jobs during the week. So you're going to last minute Louis them to see if they can get off. And by the way, Central Pennsylvania, kind of a working class group of drivers. A lot of drivers have jobs.
Absolutely.
Not all of them, but even Freddie Raymer has a job. He is an engineer.
Yeah.
So there's all these logistics to make that happen. Oh, by the way, Friday night, like you said, high school football. And let's take it one step further. Okay, run Sunday. Good luck running against the NFL. Good luck. The Eagles were at the Meadowlands. The Ravens, they were over in England, so they played early. The Commanders played at
The
Atlanta.
Redskins. You were right the first time.
The Redskins, whatever, played in Atlanta. The Steelers were off. But the Eagles are still at the Meadowlands. That's not that far away.
No.
There's just so
No.
many variables that go into it. And I hate to say it, people think racing's bigger than what it is. It's niche. It's very niche sport.
Listen, here's the other thing I feel. After, and you said this last year, the year before, after the National Open or the Tuscarora 50, well, it wouldn't have been the Tuscarora 50. It would have been after the Outlaw Show at Port Royal. Things are dead here. You better have a hell of a good race to get people there. Like, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what this is going to be like this Saturday for Colton at Babs. It's kind of a normal show, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Now, in a couple weeks, when he has the big 26,000 to win race, he's not going to have a problem there because he's going to get outside cars in for that. The Outlaw season's over. There's going to be guys come in. Fans are going to want to go see these guys. This weekend, I'll be honest with you. If they break even, I think they're going to be lucky. That's why I think it's ludicrous to try to race after the National Open unless you have something super, super salty and spectacular to sit on.
Hey, those are World of Outlaw races at Port Royal. They're not slammers.
No. I heard the Friday night one, you could have threw football in the infield and not hit a soul.
It gets, and again, I just think people don't understand. You're beat up. I mean, fans are beat up money-wise all year.
Yeah.
I think Colton and them will do well for the showdown on November 11th. 25 grand to win. You're going to get some outsiders, some guys you don't normally see here. You have a break in between. Guys, people can save money. He's doing a lot of discounts on that thing, which is, I mean, I would recommend people. I mean, you could get 25% off your ticket price.
I guess if you're going to have a show, I guess what I could say here and summarize, if you're going to have a show this late in the year, you better do some promoting to get people and cars there. End of the story. Just because people are done. Racers are about done.
I agree. That's a good place to leave it. That's going to wrap up this segment. SprintCarUnlimited.com podcast presented by Wicked Brands. We'll be back in our next segment where we make our picks and I continue to chip away. Just chip away at Ryan.
Chip away.